Did you grow up in church?
I did. I don't think it was like the best church or whatever though.
What kind? What denomination?
It was like I think maybe Sixth Baptist or something. I'm not even sure. It was like
Sixth Baptist?
It was like one of the, it was like.
One of them.
It was, yeah. It was wild.
Yeah, no, I grew up with Southern Baptist.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Really small church. It started in a barn. The house that I also grew up in, my dad grew up in, and there's an old barn across the street, and it started in hay bales on that barn, and then they moved it to a church, and I mean every Sunday and Wednesday.
You were in there?
I was 18 years old, yeah.
Was it a big part of your social life too?
Yeah. I was homeschooled for some years, so pretty much all we did was go to church.
No, and what state were you homeschooled in? Alabama?
Yeah, South Alabama.
Ooh,
it's Montgomery.
That's one place I don't know if I would accept homeschooling in, to be honest. Overall.
We didn't do much school, you know.
Yeah.
We just played outside.
Oh, yeah, but that's sometimes the best. So you're going to be on tour for a bit then? You won't get to go back home for a while? Or do you have a set date where you're going to go back home? Will you be home for Easter? Will you be home for...
Yeah, I'm going to go home for Easter. And then...
will you go back to the church that you grew up in?
No. We moved to a different place. My parents just sold that house, actually. They closed on it like a week or two ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I bought a house back there on the lake and don't want to say where because people already come up on their boats and stuff playing my music. It's kind of funny.
People are perverts. People are seafaring perverts.
But it's nice. It's a small town, you know what I mean? They're like...
Yeah.
They're cool. There's like the closest, it's just like a Piggly Wiggly and a DG there, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, people used to pull up our apartments and steal all the ditch onions that were out there.
I never, what?
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
You haven't
I have never.
Oh, they got ditch onions out there. And congratulations on choosing Texas as a number one. It's a number one.
Theo, talking to Mike.
Okay.
Do you ever want to whoop their ass for telling you to? Talking to Mike, what? Did you ever want to?
I don't know. I haven't trained enough.
Nah.
That's the truth, bro.
Yeah, hey, but sometimes, you know, like, cause my boy out there, I'll be like, hey, pick up your thing and fix your shirt. I'm like, sorry, guys. I'm just trying to relate here a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
A great moment that you had after a fight.
Grown that boy.
A great.
I'm playing.
A great moment you had after the fight with Michael Johnson when you called out Conor McGregor and they took the, like, Rogan, like, kind of stopped you from talking to the mic. Did you have more you wanted to say on that?
Yeah, I was about to go off on everything. I was going to be like, bitch, rich motherfucker, I fight harder than you, train harder than you, everybody, fuck everyone here, fuck your mama, woo, woo, woo. But he stopped me with a good thing. Yeah. Because anything could happen. Endorphins. You know, I'm like, yo, I told you this was gonna happen. Woo, woo. So I would have went off, and I'm glad it got stopped when it did. But then I was telling my brother, like, man, I shouldn't have said that because he said it. Because he's like, who gives? My brother knew. He's like, who gives a fuck, bro? You think anybody didn't see that? I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. So it worked out. It's good. Well, who are you, dude? That's a New Orleans dude right there. So I think that my where do you come from? Where there it is, 209. What's popping?
That's it. Let's go. That's it. How did the Stockton slap start? How did that start?
My brother was slapping people in the UFC the whole time.
Was that Robbie Lawler?
As far as P, yeah, he slapped Robbie Lawler right out. That's his second fight in the UFC. So, in the mainstream, that's where it came from.
That's it. He started it.
And that's Robbie Lawler. So it's like, bro, you just smacked that fool. That's crazy.
Yeah, Robbie's a fucking boss, dude. Look, it's crazy to see how young he was there, too.
I seen people just get slapped growing up, like, bam, and scaring the life out of people and no fight even happening and been like, man, you just owned somebody with a slap. So it's like.
Yeah, I just slapped this honky one time at a pizza spot.
For what?
Yeah.
What did you do?
It was just shit. It kind of escalated. And all that gave me a chip on my shoulder, you know? And so anyway, so it gave me all this energy. It was like, you know, I'm going to figure this out. I'll do it myself. You know, and all that stuff served me well until, I think just until now, it's like, I don't know. I'm just tired of living that story, man. I'm tired of that story. You know, I'm tired of that story. I just don't want that story anymore. You know, it's been a good story and it served me well. Dang, homie, I'm leaking. Like, yeah. It's been a good story and it served me well, but I don't want that story anymore. You know, I want something different. Because the more I just tell that story, it's just like, you know, I stay in that world. I stay in that cycle for me. And I think so I want to have and it's scary to say that I want to have a new story because I'm so used to like how those other feelings work. I know who to be angry at. I know how to operate here and I know how to operate there and I know who to not give love to. And you know, I know how to make like love, like very conditional. You know, my story in my life, and I'm sorry to make this about me kind of, but I'm just trying to share like, you know, when I was growing up, like my mom, something was wrong with her. I love my mother, you know, but she didn't connect with me. She didn't like look at me and she didn't, you know, she wouldn't hold me that much and she didn't look, she wouldn't look me in the eyes, right? And so as a kid, I felt like something was wrong with me. You know, I felt like, oh, if the person that created me won't even look at me, then something must be so wrong with me. You know, and I've worked through a lot of this stuff. And so I'm kind of going down this lane. But it just gave me like a lot of low self-worth. You know, it just gave me low self-worth. And honestly, it made it tough for me to even have a self because the only person that I only knew who I was if you reacted to me well, right? Like I became just a people pleaser because I didn't have any feelings of self-worth. So the only way I could get my worth was from you, right? From somebody else. Was there other movies that you got offered to be in?
They offered me to be in Roadhouse. They called Roadhouse or Roadhouse 2. The one with that Conor McGregor did. They offered me that part that Conor did. I didn't do that because I ain't losing no fight to no gay Jake Gyllenhaal broke back mountain ass. But if I could beat him in the fight, then yeah, but I wasn't gonna lose to no fight, then no broke back mountain.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But it would have been cool too to do that. But I'm glad I still stick to my word. I wouldn't have done that.
And it's easy to be gay on a fucking mountain. Try being gay at fucking sea level, while the real motherfuckers are.
Deal with somebody who might punch you. But so I got offered that part. They did a movie in Stockton with Leonardo DiCaprio. That just came out?
What was that movie called?
One battle after another.
I'm not trying to brag, but they did. But I didn't get into it. But I should have. That would have been way cool to do.
What is it?
But now I'm more interested that this all happened and I did your thing. And I'm like, okay, I want to do over. And now I want to do some cool. But I just want to be like, you know, I want to be like a Spanish teacher or a doctor or somebody nice. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be all that mean guy that fucking picking on people. At least we got to punk you and David Spade a little bit. That's all.
Bro,
I didn't want to punk you guys, but I'm just.
I mean, I get nervous.
I was so nervous before I came in here today.
Were you?
So nervous. Yes.
Why? What do you mean? You're the most
I don't
confident
know.
person there is.
I don't know.
You are, you know?
Well, I mean, you got to put on the suit.
That's true. And the rest of you'll show
That's
up.
something that I told you I learned in Southern Baptist in a small town is you learn to put on a face a little bit. You know what I mean? You can't let everyone know everything that's going on all the time. But also it's like I run out of the ability to do that. So.
Will you get burnt out of it?
Yeah. And that's been something I've had to work really hard on is the mental of this game. And I knew the whole time that would be the toughest thing for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you can't pin yourself to the way somebody else operates.
I'm not fighting for MVP. I'm
Right.
fighting for Netflix, and I'm fighting from Real Fight Incorporated, which I'll probably be doing next with Netflix anyway. Real Fight Entertainment on a thing and show you how to throw a real MMA fight show. I've been in the UFC for 20 years now. So I'm like, yo, I'm going to do that from real fighting with, I'm not working for fucking MVP like all these other motherfuckers are. I'm a UFC fighter. I'm working for me, for real fighting, and I'm hunting Jake Paul's motherfucking ass, not taking a fight with a guy who's on the comeback. Me and Conor will fight again when the time is right and it's time to fight. But it's going to be when we both on the uprise, not when someone's dying out. The whole fighting, even like Paul, I feel like I beat Paul.
A lot of people felt that way.
But it was his like big show, so it's like, okay, all right. But I know from experience, I ain't winning no decisions, even if I do. So watch that fight over and don't read the punch count in your own count without somebody else's. I won that fight too.
What do you think there, Jake? And that was Nate.
Yeah, no, I never say the word retarded. I think it's like super offensive.
And then we're talking and then they're asking questions. I'm just sitting there and they ask me something. And I'm like, are you cool with Eminem now or what? He's like, yeah, man, come on. What do you think? He's like, we're on Shady 45. All right. I think I was like, he's like bringing up a beef that happened 5 10 years ago. I was like, I shouldn't have asked him that. I was young though. And I was like, I shouldn't have asked him.
Dude, what shit you do, bro? I remember one time.
I was on Eminem's side though.
At least you were on his side too. Like you were
and
a
now
real
I love
dog.
I did like Everlast, but when he started this one, like no more Everlast for me. And then, but now I like Everlast, and he was always cool too. When I met him a few times. Like,
You met Eminem?
No, I'm talking about Everlast. I never met Eminem.
You never met him. Damn, dude.
He rapped about me in the song though.
Yeah, what's wrong with it?
I forget the name of the song, but he, yo, Cap, I know you out there. Send me the song with, I forget the name of it. But
It was a new song.
Here we go, right there.
and he
New
rapped
album.
about me.
And God's my alias, so if I don't have faith in me, then it basically makes me an atheist. Nate Diaz got the world by the tracheas in a chokehold and asleep.